Okay, so before you think it's clickbait, give me a chance. Take out your phone right now and go on the screen time settings on iPhone. If you spend 5 hours a day on social media or anything on your phone, multiply that by the days of the year. You will spend 1,825 hours in 1 year on your phone. And now let's assume you have a phone for 65 years. That would mean you have to multiply this number, 1,825, by 65. And this is a whopping 118,625 hours in your life that you'll spend on your phone. How many hours is that in years? All we have to do is 24 hours times 365. That means it's 8,760 hours in 1 year. And so we have to divide this huge big number by how many hours are in 1 year. That's 118,625 hours divided by 8,760 hours life per year. And this will equate to a whopping 13.5 years. You're on a trajectory. If you spend 5 hours a day to spend 13.5 years on your phone by the age you are 80 or 90. Do you want to do that? Today, we'll look at 3 parts. Part 1, realization. Part 2, action. Part 3, consistency. Who am I? I'm Chris McQueen. I'm here to share God's word with you and also the principles of the Bible. I'll share with you a 5-step process, and I promise you will not regret watching this, because that'll change your life as it's changed mine. But first, let's start with part 1, and that's realization. Let's start in the present. We live in a stuffed up world. There's wars going on. There's corruption. There's hunger. There's the collapse of society. There are thousands of people that are put out of jobs regularly, and the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. This is a messed up world. And one of the issues that we face today is the distraction society, which is something that the Western world has to now deal with. We're distracted because we have an Instagram message that pops up while we're trying to study, or we're having a friend that just messaged you from a cruise vacation, sharing their wonderful pictures that they are chilling on a beach, or YouTube is suggesting your favorite creator. Maybe that's me, if you subscribe. We have the attention span of a 3-year-old. Studies have shown that we've gone from a 2.5-minute attention span to 47 seconds. Now 47 seconds, why is that happening? Because we have Instagram, we have TikTok, all of these things are happening and giving you instant gratification, dopamine rush. Every time you swipe, every time more information, more happening, and your eyes are just bombarded with all this information. These are shocking numbers, and yet nobody's going to change this. Why? Because there are people making big bucks. Advertisement works, because if you give people what they want, they'll buy things. More distraction means more money. This process will never stop. It'll just get worse and worse. You have 2 options, right? Option 1, keep doing what you're doing. Play the victim card. Blame others. Keep getting distracted. Continue in this cycle forever. Waste 10 plus years of your life on your phone and maybe watch some famous TikToker doing a weird dance that'll stop trending in a few weeks. Or you can take your life into your own hand. You can ask God for help, and you can take action, take ownership for your life. Come up with strategies of how you're going to change things. You can break out of this distraction cycle. You can start creating and reclaim 10 to 20 years of your life. What are you going to choose? If you chose one, well, nice to see you. The rest isn't for you. Welcome to part 2, action. First of all, you have to think, what makes you want to watch these things? You need to make social media unattractive. And what I've done is add a blocker. I'll write this here. It's called Opal. You can get this from the App Store. It helps you block your apps at a certain time. And what you can do is have a countdown timer, and it'll count down from 25 seconds as soon as you open it. And only after that time can you unblock the app to then use it. And the time gets higher and higher every time you want to unblock it. So really, you just set a time. For me, it's between 5 and 6 where I go on social media on my phone. And only in that time do I really use it. The next thing is you can restructure your phone. Remember these things? Well, these are dumb phones, and dumb phones are great. They limit all the distractions. You can simulate a dumb phone on your phone. And if you want a tutorial and how I did this, I'll link a video below, but this is a great way to make it unattractive, to keep your home screen very clean and away from YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, X, all of the other stuff as well. If you want to go deeper, you need to find the root cause. So to do this, you need to analyze. What I want you to do now is pull up your phone, go on Instagram, and find a video and just watch it. Then ask yourself these questions. How does it make you feel? What were your emotions? And then you want to write these things down, write how you felt. How did it make you feel? Were you happy? Were you sad? Did it make you laugh? Whatever it is. And then you want to solve. How can you replicate these emotions in real life? So let's look at an example. For me, it's travel videos. I love to watch travel videos. They inspire me. It's like, well, I want to go there one day. And it makes me feel sometimes a little bit envious, but also joyful and happy. And I want to go and explore the planet. I want to explore Earth. I'm yearning for travel. That's the analysis. I want to go and have this feeling of happiness. And I want to own my own camera and drone. And I live a life free of the limitations of a 9-to-5. And so step 3 would be, okay, so how can I resolve this in real life? Well, I can find ways to enable me to go on a holiday. I can save up for a holiday. I can go to these places and see if they're really as good as they claim to be. But I want to give you a warning. There can also be negative emotions. You can feel sad. You can feel horrible. It can make you feel even worse, and it can make you feel depressed. And for these emotions, it doesn't help to try and replicate them in real life. That's not what you want. Instead, do these things. Write down your emotions. Write down what you're grateful for. Find a friend you can call and talk to in person. And use the mornings as your North Star. So let's talk about the mornings, because the mornings is the time where you can absolutely change everything. Why you're getting distracted, and you can limit your distractions throughout the day. So this is The Miracle Morning. And it's a book by Hal Elrod. And he says there's 5 steps to getting yourself a miracle morning. And these are called the life savers, because the acronym is SAVERS, and they really do change your life. And so S stands for silence. Silence is meditation. For me, it's prayer. I spend 5 to 10 minutes in the morning with God, just sitting there and trying to meditate on how amazing He is and how small I am and how He can help me in the day. A is affirmations, and these are things that you write down and you identify concrete commitments. So for example, one of them for me is I'm 100% committed to getting the best body shape that I need to be to have a sharp mind. And this means that I do 30 minutes of exercise a day. And I read these through every morning and read them out loud. So the next one is visualization. Visualization is making a picture in your mind. And in the visualization, you want to imagine your perfect day. Who are you with? What emotions do you feel? What is it you're doing? How does all of this affect you? And do you enjoy it? Why do you love it? Why is it a perfect day? All of these things you can think of a day in the future. So what I do is I plan out my day, my immediate day in the morning, just go through, hey, this would make today awesome. And then I go and also think about a day 5 to 10 years in the future. And I want to just think about, hey, where am I? What am I doing? Am I living somewhere else? Am I with other people? Just have a job? What kind of work will I be doing? And all of that stuff. And that helps you refocus your goals and also get used there by visualizing them. So the E stands for exercise. And exercise speaks for itself. You should do 5 to 10 minutes in the morning of moving your body, getting your heart pumping. For me, I include my workouts. So every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, I go for a longer run outside, half an hour to an hour. And every other day, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday is my day off, I do little exercises, freeletics workouts, and they're usually around 20 minutes to half an hour. And Saturday, I just do some jumping jacks or squats or whatever it is to just get your heart pounding. But the next thing is reading. And reading is essential because it's a lost art in today's society. The author, Hal, he recommends 10 pages a day. That means 12 books a year, which is pretty impressive. But you don't have to do that. You can also do what I do, which is I read the Bible. So I read one chapter, then I write notes on what I've learned and how to apply things, and make sure to mark it up, because all of that is connecting the synapses in your brain. And finally, S is scribing. So scribing is just a fancy word for journaling. And for me, I write down what I want to do in the day, what happened yesterday, my daily gratitude, and then I also share what my goals are for the day. And that's also 5 to 10 minutes. You have a 6-step process, the life savers, and these will change your life. Like, you can do 10 minutes each, you get up an hour earlier, you'll jump out of bed quite literally, and you'll be excited to live the dream life. And that is one way that you can refocus your mornings and get the things done you really want to. Then the rest of the day is just so much more focused, and you don't need distractions. You don't need Instagram, you don't need TikTok to give you that adrenaline rush, because you really feel completed and you feel like you've already achieved something. And so with this principle, I cut my screen time in half, and I'll show some screenshots here from the last few weeks. If you've enjoyed the video so far, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like, if you subscribe. I put in a lot of effort into these videos, and I really appreciate everyone who can support me. So let's look at part 3, consistency. So you've committed to changing your life, not to spend 10 to 20 years on your phone. You just say to yourself, I'll do that. I'll sell my phone tomorrow. I'll go offline. I'll do this whole minimalism thing. And then you say, I'm going to do this. You're super energetic. And then come 1 week, 2 weeks later, you get back on your phone, you join Instagram again, you sign up for TikTok, and you start again. You start the cycle again, this downward spiral. So yeah, that's going to happen. And it's going to happen if you don't have a plan to stay consistent. So you have to stick with the savers and commit this and do it daily. You need this long term, because if you do it for a week, it's not going to cut it. You need it for a few weeks, for a month, you need it for years. So let's look at how you can have lasting savers instead of lasting Snapchat streaks. So we've got a 5-step process here. Step 1 is make it simple. The savers are a great way to start your day, but you need to adapt them to your needs. Maybe you're a person who wants to exercise first thing, and then you do the meditation. You can change it around. The main thing is you do it. Start a streak calendar. So for example, this is my streak calendar for March. This is one I have here. And you can see every time I succeed, I cross it all out nicely. And if I fail, I put an X. It's really important to have a streak calendar, because then you see on your calendar, I've done all these days, well, I'll manage another one. Step 4 is accountability. This means you need to reach out to a new friend, find someone. For me, it's my sister, Jessie. She also wants to do it, so I'm holding her accountable. Share your struggles with them, and also say, hey, hold me accountable for the savers every morning. Do this for me, and I'll do it for you. And if you're looking for an accountability partner, please message me, email me. I'm more than happy to do it. This will also help you stay extremely motivated. And number 5, step 5, I called the driver's seat. And what's great about the driver's seat is that you can't always play the victim. You need to say, hey, I want to be in the driver's seat of my life. I use the mornings to craft my dreams. Now you've gotten up earlier, you can work on what you always wanted to work on. I'm trying to find more information on Flutter and how to make an app. And I also use the morning meditation for God, because I believe and I know that God is the creator. And for me, this is an important aspect to connect with my creator. I've never felt so close before. Remember that Instagram video of this travel creator that got me jealous and envious? Well, one day that might be me, and it could be you as well. Honestly, it's insane that you've come so far. This is probably one of the longest videos I've made. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope this provided you with value. I'll link Hal's book down below, Miracle Morning, and you can read that yourself. Remember, I'm here, I'm cheering you on. You have this wonderful opportunity to serve God, and you get to cut the screen time in half. And remember all those years you'll save when you're an old person. You're like, wow, I'm happy I didn't spend all my youth on Instagram and TikTok, because that is truly wasted time. And if you want another video all about the gospel and how that can change your life, click over here. Otherwise, I wish you a wonderful day. Bye.